Hi, I'm Sam Thurgan and welcome to my 2 minute Parsha. In this week's Sidra of a Bor, we read about the eighth plague, the plague of locusts. Rabbi Hanan Porat points out that the word for locust, arbe, is like sheep in English. It's the same whether there's one or many. The locust is both the swarm and the individual. And that speaks to the way in which locusts in a swarm lose their identity as individual locusts and simply become a cog in the machine, a piece of the greater whole. In fact, individual locusts, he says, react with fear and fright to human beings, but not locusts within the swarm. There is a kind of a mob psychology at play. And the same way that human beings can lose their individual identity and freedom of thought when they become caught up within the mob, so too do these locusts. And through that, he says, we see that this plague, like so many others, is not only there to punish the Egyptians, but to teach them and us a lesson. In the same way that the plague of blood, the river turning to blood, represented the Jewish children that the Egyptians had murdered, throwing into the river. In the same way that the historic oppression of the Jewish people as Hashem's firstborn was repaid to the Egyptians with the punishment of their own firstborn. The message of the locust is that you, the Egyptians, have become like the locusts, with a few rare exceptions like Pharaoh's daughter and perhaps the midwives who may have been Egyptian, who stood up for themselves, for Hashem, for what was right, against the orders of Egypt. The Egyptian people as a whole had become locusts, blindly following Pharaoh. My friends, in today's age, we may think that with the separation that comes with the coronavirus, we are no longer seeing a mob mentalities, but the truth is the opposite is true. Through the social media and the various ways in which our society has become constructed, it is easier than ever to become a member of a mob. And the answer, at least one of the answers, is to take a bit of a break, have a Shabbat, sit and study some Torah, and ask yourself, without anybody else around, how do I understand this? What does this mean to me? What conclusions do I reach? When we are in touch with ourselves, with our souls, with our own intellect, we can reach the conclusions and come out with the contributions that only we can make as individual people, not simply as part of the mob. Shabbat Shalom.